So this medical mission is something that the school puts together once a year here in San Ysidro, California, just close to the border of Tijuana. What it is, we set up a podiatry clinic to help out the local people, come in with any foot pain issues that they're having and see kind of what we can do to help out, whether it's diabetic issues or even, different injections that they need to alleviate pain. For me, it's all new. Being a first-year student, it's kind of first time I've got to see a lot of this. So it's kind of fun, new experience to meet upperclassmen, new people, and kind of see how a clinic is run.
Anything here when I do this?
Whenever I row a boat, I always get blistered here.
Yeah, what you got there? Huh?
Okay. Calves hurt when he is standing, but not when he's not standing. I'm from Seal Beach, California, and I am a second year at TSPM. A whole bunch of people from the community coming into the clinic, and us just doing our best to help them out with everything that we can. It seems like it's kind of an underserved area, so they may not be able to take care of their feet, and they may not understand kind of the complications of things like diabetes. And we also have FMPs here. It's not just DPM students, so we have lots of different medical professions coming together to help educate the population about everything that's happening. Can you stand over here? Just a second.
Before we officially started the clinic today, there were already patients waiting for us, so they really look forward to it. Some people really look for that personal attention and just that checkup and really put trust into just the faculty and the student here.
So they're very ethical, they're very professional, they know what they're doing. The time frame, the waiting time, people have mentioned, oh, it's going to be long. I'm like, no, believe me. I've sent people over here and then they come out very content. I really enjoy being here.
She's essentially internally rotated, and she's hyperextending side. All the sides are pointing to that she has the left leg is longer than the right, and it's visible with the mouse.
Sometimes it's okay, and sometimes I can't even put my weight on it because I'm like.
He has pain in his ankle, and so we're just doing a low-dye taping job so it will feel more stable, and we're getting him some inserts so his feet will feel better.
I was impressed how professional it was to come in, walk in, how they care about the people, the community. And when I saw this, I took the opportunity to tell the others to come in here and see my son. I was very concerned about him, and the service is great.
We're doing a partial nail avulsion for her.
It means that we're going to remove the nail that's ingrown under the skin. So it really just means that we're going to cut into the nail down to the matrix and basically pull it out, and then bandage her up, and she'll be good. And then,
yeah, because I did the hallux injection in the workshop that one time, and it wasn't anything like that. Just as soon as you get through the skin, it was like zero.
The joint space, you want to push it down against each other. You want to just make sure that her cartilage is intact there, and if it's not, then you're going to hear a prickling sound. When you feel it, it kind of feels like it's I guess I don't know exactly how you feel it, but when you hear it, it sounds like a crickling sound. Yeah.
So she has unstable lateral foot, so we're trying to put it more, make her pronate more, so she can walk better, stable. So that's what usually we do the opposite. We want to build an arch, but this time we want to drop her arch because she's so high up to give her stability. Yeah.
Vas a terminar siendo un artista.
¿Vale?
Al último vas a terminar siendo un artista.
Hopefully this makes her feel better when she's walking. We're also making orthotics. See how we put some on the lateral side? Usually we put support on this side, but this time, she needs support she needs more support to come down, her arch to come down. So that's what we're putting on this side, the arch.
This is a really great experience because as a second-year student, we get a lot of didactic learning. We learn a lot in the classroom, and we don't really get to apply what we learn. So much of what we learn is not really too practical to us. And when we're out here, we really get to apply it. We really get to build these relationships and learn how what we're learning in the classrooms applies here in real life with real patients.
They're all excited, they love being here. So one is the energy is awesome, they're learning a lot, they're eager to learn, they're curious, and they're also making connections, clinical connections with the things that they've learned, and oh, this is what that is, or this is what you mean by, a joint that's tracking or track bound. And they might have talked about it in a didactic setting, but for them to really put their hands on it and experience it is really cool. And because it's a clinical setting that they're not being graded in, they're a lot more open, they feel a lot more comfortable asking questions and kind of really getting their hands dirty. So for the second years especially that have been here, it's been really an eye-opening experience for them. They've also had a lot of volume here, so they've just been hit back to back with patients, and that also allows them to kind of get a concentrated clinical experience where they're looking at a bunch of different feet type, they're looking at a bunch of different gait patterns and analyses back to back, whether they're pediatric or adult patterns, and they're just learning a lot in a concentrated period of time. It's like a very intensive clinical course.
We're just going to debride it and see how deep it is. So it's from a nail. He stepped on a nail a year ago. This patient is a 45-year-old male, long-standing history of diabetes. He's had a previous Charcot foot, so his foot is really deformed right now. He's putting a lot of pressure, and he has a puncture wound. So he stepped on a nail almost a year ago, and he's had a wound since then. It's been healing slowly, but he's having some trouble healing it. So what we're going to do is debride this wound, remove all the dead tissue there, try to get some healthy tissue for him to heal it, and we're going to make some padding to offload that area so he's not putting a lot of weight.
The midfoot breaks down, and it's a progressive thing. It happens in about, very rare, it's like only a couple percent of our diabetic, but we see a lot because it affects the foot. So we think it's a higher incidence because we see it much more than the average person. But just because they have flat feet does not mean they have a Charcot foot. A Charcot foot is really about 1 to 1 patient.
Being able to collaborate with podiatry and let them know what we're doing and how, especially with diabetes, where we're trying, we don't want them in podiatry. We don't want them to get to that point. We want them to be able to manage their diabetes so that they don't have the complications and having to follow up and refer out to podiatry. So we're kind of doing the primary care aspect of it.
So we're only here, once a year, but at least we're able to, talk to them, educate them about whatever their complaint is. And having a relationship with Carlos here, it's really nice to also have him cooperate with us and to provide follow-up and because he knows the resources here. But at least patients are able to come in, at least get questions answered, get screenings done. It opens that door.
The significance has been great. You need to understand that we are right on the border between the United States and Mexico. And many people here live in what they would denominate or categorize as oppression. I mean, they feel very oppressed. We don't have services here in the community. We don't have a clinic in the community. We don't have a hospital in the community. So many of them don't get any care, medical care throughout the year, especially at the elderly folks. So by your school coming with the students to Centro Romero once a year is the only opportunity that many of them would take care of the problems that they're facing.
Just tell me, does this hurt over here around the area, or is it just pretty much right there? I'm not going to press it because
The best part about this experience is being able to communicate with patients. I think early on in our learning we don't get to interact a lot with patients, and seeing what we were able to do, I feel like it'll help me always remember the level that of care that we're supposed to give, and focus on the patient. It's all about them. It's not about always the money or anything, but it's always about making sure that people live healthy lives and that we're out there serving them.
I think the greatest part is actually getting to work collaboratively with each other, because I've learned a ton from them and I think they've learned from me. And as we move into family practice, a lot of the stuff I've been able to see today and experience is something I can take into my own practice in the future.
The purpose of the medical mission was twofold. It was primarily for the patients, was to give back to the community, to help these people with all the different problems and pathologies that they had. But it was also a chance for us to gain experience as medical professionals, future doctors of America. And it was great to be able to interact with the patients that we don't get to see very often.
It's been really an awesome time here, meeting patients and just meeting their families and learning about their conditions and helping them to feel better.
They've been teaching me a lot of things too, like how they cure themselves for their certain diseases, and it seems to work sometimes. So it's interesting to hear the input of what they do for their pain or for their injuries.
Is that better?
I'm having a blast. It's a fun trip. I definitely encourage anybody who ever gets the opportunity to do something like this to go for it.